All right, number 3.
Part 3, everybody, part 3. Because Zoom don't want to let us do it for more than an hour. But yeah, I don't even remember where I was.
Let's see. We were talking about. I think I just talked about a story about how me being here. Dealing with the different elephants in the room. It's kind of based on just dealing with that particular issue, especially the major one. And instead of trying to tackle the biggest elephant, I would approach this like an RPG, where you level up a little bit, tackle some of the smaller ones. Like for me, my smallest elephant would be eye contact. I feel that.
Because apparently people think I'm not confident. I have to tell people it's not that I lack confidence. Like even with my dance crew, like I'll be like, "Oh, dude, you need like my friend Tracy." She's like, "Dude, be confident." People say, "I know I can get it." Like, it's not a doubt like my skill.
Right.
It's just for me. It was just frustration that I'm not getting it quickly enough.
Okay, I feel that.
But people misread that as, "Oh, you're not confident." It's like, nah, I'm just. It's
like, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah. Now, am I not projecting it outwards enough? Possibly. I could probably work on that, but that doesn't mean I'm not confident.
Right.
Because for the longest time, I never understood confidence. And this is a little bit of a segue from Optimism and Realism, but
it goes hand in hand.
So like I would always ask my dad, my mom, my brother, I'd ask your sister a couple of times, because like it still just didn't like sit well with me. Like I was like, hearing confidence is this, but then like I'm seeing this,
right?
That makes sense. And then I was watching recently some stuff through Instagram, and I came across Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And he was like, confidence is essentially like, it's kind of like trusting yourself, but trusting your skill. It's a habit. It's a habit of like, once you're confident, like, so the first time you do anything, you're always like the least confident.
Right.
First few times I went to dance, I was like, why the fuck am I here? But the more I kept doing it, even with social dancing, because start out in the class and then you start going out to actually meet random people you don't know their skill level. Now I'm like at a point where I'm not super confident, but I'm better. Okay. Like I was telling you about the girl Sandra.
Yeah.
You met me back in April, I would have been like, no, because I never really went out.
Yeah.
But like, the more you do it, the more you repeat, you get comfortable with actually doing it. Therefore, the confidence is allowed to come out.
It's almost like a muscle.
Yeah. And I think we inherently have it. It's just getting it to show outwardly.
Yeah. That's fact.
And that comes through eye contact, body language. And so a lot of times we're like, people think, "Oh, Ethan, you're not confident." It's like, no, I'm actually kind of confident. I don't.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just, I don't put it out in that way. And that comes through because of my self-talk and my relationship with myself. So until I can get to that bigger elephant, I'm going to deal with some of the smaller ones. So it's a lot of little things. I think sometimes we try to get people to tackle the big issue when they're not ready.
Yeah. No, that's facts.
That can keep you from even being realistic or even having positive thinking, because everybody else is like, you need to be here now because I gave you this great advice. And it's like, yeah, that don't mean shit to me. Like I'm still having to like, because think of it this way. You're the guy fighting the dragon, or you're trying to tame the elephant in the room, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody else can never enter that room with you. They can coach you from the outside.
Well, they can
be there. And then the human brain is really good at noticing, okay, you're not in this fight with me. So what the fuck am I even valuing what you're saying as?
I feel that.
So it's like,
I could sit here and be like, Jalen, go out there, Australia, talk to that girl, it'll all work out. You'd be like, bruh, are you even in that situation? Like, motherfucker, like. Now, if I start telling you, hey, I've done stories where I've gone out and meet people in different countries and it didn't work out, but I still went despite, and I still had a great time despite, you'd probably be like, oh, okay, you haven't been in this room with me, but you've been in your own similar room.
It's like I feel like those are I won't say they're the only people that can give you good insight, but they're the only ones that can really level with you in that situation because they've already been there, and they might even be in the same situation at that moment, but in their own version of that. Yeah, and I think some people really wouldn't be able to understand what they're even saying. Oh yeah, you can just do this. But I mean, until you're actually in the shoes of the person and going through what they're actually, because they're facing they're facing some big, fears and doubts. Yeah. And stuff, like, you don't know how big that could be to somebody. Maybe doubt might not be yours, but doubt could be huge for someone else, or so everybody's got their own ones that are bigger than the other. And I get that. That makes me think of physics, because I study engineering, so physics is everywhere for us. So inertia is the ability. It's how much work you have to put in to get the ball moving. Okay. So, like, you ever try to pick up like a really heavy like boulder or something? You're like, oh my god, I gotta put in so much work. But once you get it moving, it's like nothing. So doubt, fear, all that stuff. Sometimes you're trying to get the person to just get it rolling. And it's like, it's going to take them a minute, like confidence, to get it. Once it starts rolling and they can keep it up, it's a snowball effect.
Yeah, like I came across one of the most confident women ever.
Really?
And I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm a 11 out of 10 kind of confidence, that arrogance bullshit. I'm talking about she walks in a room.
Everybody
like,
stops what they're doing.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, she's in charge of this room. Fuck it. Like, and I met, like, it was just coming out of her in a way that was like nice. Even when the girls in my dance class, it was just like nice. Dang. And you can, and when it's genuine and not that arrogant bullshit, you can vibe with it. It's like, all right, I want to be around you, not because I'm trying to take something away from you, but like it makes you want to get to where they're at.
Oh, 100%.
And so I think both men and women both need confidence, but I know it's a lot more placed on guys because whatever. But it's because her name is Jocelyn, and like it was just like, that's why I like dancing with her, because it's like, yo, you out of everybody else I was dancing with, like, you're actually confident in your ability. I can work with that. And you're confident out of you, huh? Yeah. So because like when you're confident, I ain't got to worry about handling you and getting you there. I can focus on, okay, now I'm here. Now I'm in the present moment. Mm-hmm. So I can understand the importance of confidence, which helps you be more positive in your thinking.
Facts.
Because if you're like, okay, I'm grounded, I'm okay, I'm not, the fear is there. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be there because it's intrinsic. And I know we both grew up in church where, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but all that. But it's not trying to fight the fear. It's allowing it. Okay, it's a voice. It's there for a reason, but right now it just needs to be ignored because it ain't doing shit. But just it's a false alarm.
Exactly.
But like once you get past that, you can kind of start operating in positive thinking, realism, a little bit of optimism, and just a skosh of negativity to keep yourself humble. Because some of y'all
you need a little bit of balance. You need it. Come back down off your high horse. Don't stay up there now.
Oh my God, I see that so much sometimes. I'm just like, guys, like, it's okay to be like, all right, I'm the shit, but I ain't the shit. Like, right. Somebody always better than you, and everybody's got a different value system.
Yeah.
So like you and I could be like, yo, we're really good dancers, right? And we'll be in Texas, and they'll be like, yeah, you guys are cool, you're dope. Then we go to like Washington, that dance scene, and they're like, oh, that's not the kind of dance we value there. It's like, right. Oh, that doesn't change the fact that we're good dancers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you guys don't value it the way we do, so we're gonna go place where we're valued.
Where we're valued.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're not leaving anybody hanging. Oh. You're not. So yeah, like I love I love trying to be, what's the word how do I want to phrase this? Cautiously optimistic.
Right. Okay.
And it takes a little bit of learning, because you need more scenarios to practice it in, and learning how to like gauge it just the right way, because it is a little bit finer than dealing with positive thinking and realism. Because realism, you can throw that thing on there and just like keep going until you're like, all right, you're being an asshole. Okay, just take that much off and we're good.
You know,
so, cautiously optimistic. It's like negativity. It's so potent that you don't need a lot.
Yeah, because like if you have too much, you'll go too much to this side, and then
same with negativity. You get that little bit of dose. It helps keep you. Versus you do too much, and now people are like, dude, I don't want to ever be around you.
No, really. That's really how it is. It's learning that balance. That balance is really everything, you know. So I think, you know, with confidence, I wouldn't say I was always the very most confident person.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people say that they're like, you just, you know, it seems like you've just always been this way. I'm like, I promise I wasn't. Like, I think I was homeschooled for 7 years, and so I spent most of my time with my sister Brittany, and then my mom. My dad came home from work, but I didn't really have many friends outside of my cousins. I wasn't really able to go stay at people's houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I understood where they're coming from now. I do, but they didn't let me do much of any of that type of stuff. So my social aspect when I was in middle school, it kind of like I didn't have many social skills, and I was super shy, super like I walked in front of
people. I would have paid to see that.
I did not know how to talk to women. Like, I remember the first day I went to school, and like it was a team sports class, and there's all these girls. They're like trying to talk to me. One girl tried to give me her number, and they're all like, "Oh, who's the new kid? Who's the new kid?" Blah blah. And then my cousin Tavares, we went to the same school at one point. It was
okay.
Tavares, Brittany, and Julian, and Maurice, and Stevie. We all were there at one point.
High school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was only for like 1 year though.
Okay, because I thought you were talking about middle school, because I was like, I know for a fact it wasn't middle school, because I was with Julian. I
was homeschooled. Yeah. But no, I just remember that these women were trying to talk to me, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea how to talk to women, like, but that was something like gaining confidence with talking to women. That took me like lots of walking up and freezing in front of women, and like on the phone with somebody. I don't know how to like keep a conversation. Like I didn't know how to ask more than just like one, you know, what do you like to eat? Like it's like simple things I didn't know how to like really be a conversationalist. But I'll say over time, it took a lot of time. Definitely, I feel like the job I had took for a while, I was doing sales, and that forced me to have to get in front of people and like literally throw myself out there. And I remember I had to go to this big, it was like a sales conference or whatever. It was like an opening day for this, what do you call it? It was like opening day for this community, and there was like 200 people in this room. Like it's food and stuff, but it's like 200 people, and I'm just like, I gotta go talk to people. I have to go and network.
Yeah.
And I had no idea how to do that, but it forced me to get out there, and I'm grateful for that, because that being in that uncomfortable situation, I feel like I could now talk in front of pretty much anybody.
Clearly.
You know, but I never would have saw, you know, me even doing something like this. I would have even saw this back then. So that it just goes to show that, like, if you can really work at something, you can definitely, you know, work on it. You can definitely, you know, become more positive. You can definitely get over fears. You know, the fears are still there, but you can deal with these things that come to us in the like I said before, we said it earlier, in the best way possible. Like accepting what is, that's the realism part, accepting what is, and then, okay, now how can we go from here? What can I do to move from this point here to this destination?
Yeah. For me, I never had a problem with really talking to girls, except for your sister. Your sister, God, your sister had, if your sister was running game, she would have had me locked out,
like easily.
Oh yeah, your sister had me like. I mean, I was 7, she was 5. Like, I remember the first day I met you guys because of your sister. Because I was I don't know how I'm going to talk to this chick. I'm going to have to be friends with, because you and Julian standing in front of me, and then she was coming down the stairs. I was like, here's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to be friends with these two to get to her. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? Like, she's cool, but Jalen and Julian are cooler, so like it'd be cool to hang out with all of them. But I think the thing for me is, over time, it went in reverse for me.
Really?
So like, I'm a very intense person.
Okay.
So like, if I like you, bro, does Ethan like me? He does. Like, he does. Yeah, you'll know. It's not like, oh, if you'll never have to guess with me. If you have to ask me, I pretty much don't like you. Yeah, like story my mom used to tell me, and this helped me with learning my love language, was I was like 2 and my brother was probably 3. And this is when I was born in England, living there still.
Okay.
And I would just I would come around the corner, full speed, line blacker my brother, just boom, boom, and just like lay him out. And then like, after hearing that story for so many times, I was like, oh shit, my love language is physical.
Oh.
Like, if I like you, I'm gonna like hug you, touch you in some way. Like, there's something I want to do. It's gonna be a physical contact.
That's my number one too.
Yeah. So, and another thing is, I'm going to probably talk your ear off. And growing up, not realizing people weren't like that, and not so responsive to that, and not really knowing how to handle that, I started to retreat. And so for me, dealing with girls, I didn't allow myself to be myself, which they probably picked up on, thinking I was trying to be something I'm not, which to some degree I was hiding myself, but I wasn't trying to pretend to be anybody else. I wasn't being fully me.
Okay.
So I could hit a girl with hey, what do you think, the economic outlook of Japan is going to be in 25 years due to the demographic change or their reluctance to bring in immigration? And most girls would be like, all right, bro, like, I'm going to leave you here and go away. And so like, yeah, so like, I'm a very specific cup of tea. And the thing, like, there's this one lady I met on my, so same year I was working 3 jobs. She's a professor of economics. Bro, I probably could have bagged that if I knew just how to play it a little bit better. Because like, I knew, when she told me her research, I was right there. Never took an economics course, just watched stuff on the news. And I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense because of this, and this. And so I used to try to downplay myself to fit in because I didn't fit in so well.
Okay.
And, I was homeschooled like you for a little while.
Yeah.
Not as but for a little while. So my inherent social skills with accepting me in scenarios, myself in certain scenarios, wasn't so great. So a lot of my problems would come from in that the opposite, not becoming more confident. It's just, oh, I can be myself, and if you don't like me, it's cool.
Right.
So I would internalize the rejection and like, oh, something wrong with me, something wrong with me, something wrong. Don't be this, don't be that. First, trying to strip parts of myself down to accommodate, I'm a square peg trying to go in a round hole, and trying to shave myself to be a round hole or a round peg. And it's like, dude, just be the square that you are and just go ahead. Like,
like, man, I can definitely feel you on that. I feel like one thing about me, I feel like I'm a sapiosexual. So when I talk with a woman, if we can have like a really good intellectual conversation about all types of different things, different subjects, and just it'll flow, that is attractive to me. And so you know, but that's also something I had to learn that I like about, you know, that's something I had to learn about myself. And so I would meet women that just weren't about that, like didn't know how to have a conversation, didn't know anything about what's going on in the world, don't know nothing about books, don't know nothing about, it can't tell you anything that's happening besides love and hip hop. And I'm sitting here like, this girl is so bad, like she's fine, but there's nothing else going on up here, you know? But that's something I had to like, you know, I can't overlook this. This is something that, you know, and being confident in myself, knowing what I like, knowing now, oh, this is the reason why I felt like turned off to this person. I'm sitting here trying to put myself in a box that it does not fit me. It's not where I'm, you know, it doesn't accommodate my needs. It doesn't accommodate who I am as a person, my values, nothing. So what am I doing here? You know, if I know now what I like and what I need in that type of a relationship, then
and then having the optimism and realism and even the positive thinking to say, okay, if this doesn't fit, that doesn't mean this is all.
Exactly. You know, because I feel that you know, it would just be like the end of the world if it didn't work out, or like you know, like but the thing I had to always remember is there's billions of people in this world. Like sometimes we get that one-itis,
scarcity mindset. Yeah, scarcity mindset. Yeah.
You know, I was in that, and if it didn't work out with a girl, I'd be like, dang, because I've already like envisioned, oh, this, we could have this, and we could get married, we could have kids, and we'll live in Arizona, and we'll do that. I don't know why I said Arizona, but but you know, I would always already have this whole scenario, and then when it didn't work out, I'd be like, wow, what? Like, how could this happen? How could she not be interested? And you know, I got to the point where I learned, like, you know what? There's always somebody else that's gonna be more compatible with you. There's always someone that you're gonna be interested in again. They're gonna be interested in you again. There's no shortage of people in this world, and so I had to also. Oh, you're saying?
I was like, the only thing like, there's the thing. Like you have options.
You have options,
but you cannot always access all of your options.
That is also true.
Geographic location, age difference.
Oh, that's fact.
There's so much that goes into that, but yeah, like I get that.
You know,
it's a scary. It's a scarcity mindset.
It's like, oh, like we vibed so well in the beginning. What happened? I didn't think I was gonna be able to find a girl that I vibe like this with. But the thing is, you're gonna always find another one that you can vibe with if this doesn't work out. So I had to like have that positive thinking of, it's okay if this doesn't work out, because it might, you know, there's billions of people in this world. Not everybody's going to be compatible, and maybe I wasn't compatible as a relationship, but maybe I'm compatible as a friend or a business associate, or maybe I don't need to be around this person at all anymore. So you know, it's learning to just accept it. Don't try and force it. Cause I used to try and force it, you know, sometimes. I wanted to work with this person. And, you know, that goes back to the blinders, you know, it's like, if it is what it is, it is what it is, you know, and you just need to look at it through the lens of realism in that moment. Be positive about it. Be like, hey, this is what it is. This person's not interested, or this person, they don't really line up with my values. I don't line up with their values. It's all love. It didn't end up the way that I thought it was going to end up, but it's still all love.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't do it. I'll say some people might not. It might not end that way on their end, but in your end is like where you have to have a peace. But
yeah, like I've been in that situation where it was one-sided, where I was like, the chick, she listed everything she wanted to do, and as she's listening, I'm like, check, we in there, baby. And she was still like, no, and I was like, wait. And it didn't really hit me until dealing with one of my friends now, where you can be, and it doesn't really make that much sense when you hear it, but in application it does.
Yes.
You could be somebody can be compatible to you, but you still not be compatible with them.
No, that's facts. That is,
and it could deal with socioeconomic position, geography. Like one chick I met, she was like, "I'm planning to leave the state. Like I ain't coming back. Once I'm done with grad school, like I'm gone." And she was like, we're talking first time, and she's like, "Yeah, I just bought a house." Right then and there, I was like, "Oh yeah, you ain't leaving anytime soon." Like that's
yeah, to stay.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, cool. Now, and it didn't really work out. I tried talking. She was responsive the first few times. Yes, after that, I don't know. I didn't press her about it. Unfortunately, when I did meet her, the attraction wasn't there for my part. Like, she's a nice girl, but I was like, yeah, it's like, you look cuter in your pictures. And it wasn't a filter thing. It wasn't a filter thing. It was just, if I'm gonna be blunt and entirely honest, it was a weight thing. And it's not, I can do chubby girls. Mm-hmm. I can do thick girls. I can do slightly thinner girls, not skin and bone. No, I'm not a dog. I don't chase skin and bone. But like, obesity is a big turnoff for me for two reasons.
I feel that.
Body image wise, it's not aesthetically pleasing. And two, it showed to me, I pick up on a lack of discipline. And a girl who could throw some weights around and keep herself disciplined is way more sexy for me than somebody who just. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're not out here. Oh, I'm so helpless. It's like, yo, like if I need you to back me up, can you back me up? No, okay, then maybe not. But I gotta pick and choose, because it's like, okay, do I want somebody like that, and then maybe they don't have everything else I want? Like I gotta balance it out. Yeah. But yeah, like it comes to like, I still struggle with the scarcity mindset, just because I'm starting to notice I'm not as ugly as I used to think I was.
Yeah, there it is. That's what's up.
But I'm also not getting the responses I would like and the clarity I would like from the females to know. As John Legend said, give me the green light. Like let me know.
Let me know. Let me know.
Yeah. And so like my personality is cool, because I've always had girls come up to me and just ask me random ass questions and shit. I never thought it was, "Oh, you're attractive, dude," blah blah blah. Because the black chicks we grew up around in Titusville, and you know what I mean. God. But,
that was a dark memory.
Yeah, I need to bury that too. Like they'd have you in a way, but like this one chick I was dancing with, Sandra, like she kept just looking at me, and the only reason I wasn't making eye contact as much is because with salsa, I love salsa. Salsa's that's my jam. I cannot sit still when salsa's on. I can't. But like I'm still not at the. It is, dude. It's awesome. I'm not at the level of comfort with it to where I can do everything I want to do without really thinking about it. And so when I think, I'm not really making a lot of eye contact.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So to her it might. Yeah. So to her it could be like, "Oh, he doesn't think I'm cute." I'm like, "Yo, you a tatted little brown thing. I would take you home right now." But yeah, I'm too busy focusing on these dance moves. I'm in there, so I have no problem once I have an icebreaker with the woman. My biggest trip is the icebreaker. So I don't have game to be like, "Hey, yo, ma," that's never me, because it doesn't feel like I'm not magnificent. I can't do that.
I feel that.
So my icebreaker is dancing. And I usually can get to their name if I'm feeling them and how they're dancing. I'll ask them more questions. I try not to make it an interrogation, but I also know not a lot of girls can handle, my question earlier about the economic outlook of Japan. It's like, that's a certain type of girl. And it's
that's a very specific type of girl.
And the thing I came to realize was my friend that the one from, I think, part 1, where her boyfriend was here and he was getting flirted with the Latina, I'm gonna have to split that up. Probably I'll probably find someone who I find attractive. I can go out, have fun, dance. We work out together. You know, building an empire. That's bullshit. Like you build a life together, but an empire. Come on, there's only so many empires that can exist at a time. But where I found like, okay, I might just have to keep her in my life as a friend, and I'm cool with that because I can have those conversations with her.
Yeah.
And it's like, now my future wife will have to understand it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, she gives me a part that you can't give me, in the sense that you don't respond well to questions like that because you don't care about that stuff.
Facts.
But just because she has that one little token thing doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of everything I have with you.
Right.
And the same with guys, but we don't really have those conversations where it's like, here's my list. You have 8 out of 10 things. One friend has another one, another friend has another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting all 10 needs met.
All of them.
You get me the 8 out of 10 that are the most crucial. The other 2, I was like, all right, my friend can have a conversation about this stuff, and my other friend, I go out and we do this stuff with. We go hiking, we go go-kart racing, because you know you're not really that into that stuff.
Getting everything met, you know, nothing's going lost. You know,
yeah.
And she don't gotta do nothing that she don't want to do. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and like I think both groups can agree that sex with another person is on that crucial list where you don't step out to other people,
right?
Unless on the caveat, I did find out there's a genetic, I don't know if it's genetic, but biological disorder where a woman's pelvis could be so narrow that a man can't fit.
What?
Yeah, there's a Japanese show about it, and I was just like, oh,
wow.
So like in that case, she's got 2 options. He can have a mistress just for purely physical stuff.
Yeah.
Or they just have a sexless marriage. And the second one's going to be harder to ask for than the first one.
I don't think that's the word.
See, also though, if she has a man with a micro penis, she'd be all right.
Oh, that's true. But that's where they come to shine. But dang, you gotta be really positive on that one.
And so, yeah, for me, the positive thinking comes into play about I can just be myself again.
Right.
And I'm learning to just kind of slowly let Ethan back out. And like, it's okay. Like, not everybody's going to respond the way I hope they would. And that's okay.
Right.
Because a lot of the rejection I faced as a kid, from like a lot of sources, we won't get into that here, was not being able to be myself.
Right. And
when you deal with that, you either get 2 options. You either get so adamantly like, hey, I'm going to be me no matter fucking what, and kind of become a little too dickish and asshole-like, right. Or you just kind of retreat in yourself. And I think most people retreat just because when you're kids, you're agreeable. You don't really know how to like stand up for yourself. So you're just going to do the inherent thing, which is shrink down, stay low, you know, hide under there, stay in the shadows, keep it moving just to survive the next day. So yeah, like for me, the confidence is there. I gotta let it shine and be more positive in thinking, because I'm entirely realistic. You can ask your sister if she ever gets on one of these podcasts, because she used to think I was negative. Then she's like, yeah, nah, you're more realistic. I'm like, no, I've been telling you that. Like,
that's what I've been saying.
I wish you guys would just listen to me, and like, I'm good. But yeah, I think it's one of the things that you come with time. Like, what, you're 31, you're going on 32 in November. I'm 30, about to be 31 here in August. Dude, if I've taken this fucking knowledge I have now and put it back at me at 18, 19, I could be so much better.
Bro, I was just saying that like a week ago. I was like, man, if I knew then what I know now, I would already be a millionaire for one. 2, yeah, I would start investing way earlier. Like I would have, man. But whenever I have kids, they gonna be set when it comes to knowledge.
I don't know. I might be, as far as knowledge, yeah. As far as like money, I'm gonna probably be like Jackie Chan. You ain't getting shit from me.
They're gonna have to learn how to work. Like,
yeah.
I'm still be there for my future children, but they're gonna have.
So you want kids?
Oh, I definitely want kids. Definitely.
How many?
Man, I always wanted at least 2, but
okay.
I always wanted at least 2, but I would say actually 3 or 4.
I'm the same way. If I do have, I'm a little bit more flexible. My one friend, she got me a little bit more flexible on that.
How many do you think you would have?
If I am with somebody who has kids, because I also love the idea of, so my dance teachers don't have kids.
Oh, word.
And as scary as that seems, because I fear regretting not having kids, because that legacy, that inherent, like, hey, I want to, like, this little person could, like, continue the story for me, without, having to be here or try to, like, extend my life. But kids are not a toy. And so, like, that does kind of, I love my niece, but I do love the fact that I can give her back when she starts acting up. It's like, go to your mom. You just go.
Take care.
I love you, but bye. She'll go. She won't think twice about it. She'll just say, okay, when you calm down, you can come play with me. We'll be fine. So my friend, she brought up a really interesting issue about kids, and I was like, all right, I'm a little bit more flexible now. Now, if I did have kids, like that chick from Spain, it was good that we weren't in person, because she probably would have had 2 more kids by now. Like, bruh. She had me not wrapped around her little finger, but she had me feeling. She had me mesmerized. I would probably have definitely 2, because growing up with a sibling, and people was like, "Oh, I don't have a sibling." Like, you could easily tell. They're like, "Yeah, you don't have a sibling, do you?" Because you don't know how to talk to another person. Right? Like, you're an only child. I got it. I would have minimum 2. If I was younger and I had more money, I would probably have up to like 6.
I feel that. I would always love to have a big family. It would be cool.
Because from watching my uncle and my aunt on my mom's side, I always wanted a woman. I didn't want a woman that settled for me, in the sense of, okay, so we know the girls that are unrealistic. I want a high value man, make 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 8-inch dick, all that shit. Like, and then she gets to you, like, oh my god, Jalen's like that. But like, I don't want somebody to pick me just because they're so desperate to get married that, oh my god, I'm just gonna pick this person.
Right.
Like, that's not fair to either of us.
Yeah.
But I want somebody who's like, yeah, you. No, oh, what about something? Like, yeah, just you. And it's like, okay. Because I'm going to be that way with the person I pick, which is why I don't talk to so many girls.
Absolutely.
If I ain't got a reason to come up to you, I ain't coming up to you.
Yeah, for what?
Yeah, because I hit on one girl at the bar, and the only reason I came up to her, and she doesn't know that. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm going up to every single girl. Of course, from her standpoint, I'm a guy, so I might be going up to every single girl.
Right.
But I am going only up to girls, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to talk to you. I definitely want to, like, pick your brain. If I don't feel that, if I don't have that kind of inclination, I'll probably be like, hey, how you doing? Because I understand that it's not going to start how I picture it.
Right, it never will.
But if I don't have that desire to come talk to you, then I probably won't want to keep talking to you once I start talking.
It's like if you get that feeling, then you just go for it. But if you're not able to do it, it's for what? Like, only do things that you really want to do,
Yeah, and so that's how it was with your sister. I was like, yo, I need to talk to this chick. I need to go.
That was the childhood crush of the century.
Dude, 20 years. Well, not 20 years. What? 12 years. She had me wrapped up for 12 years, off and on. And I just got to a point where I was like, all right, nah. Like, it's cool, but we're good. Because I asked her out twice. I ain't gonna lie. I asked her out twice, and it was both a no, but it was both just like, first time was when we were really young, so I already knew likelihood of us dating because of our parents was like 0.
That was
But I tried again when we were older, and you know, I actually was almost able to get in on the rebound. She told me that. She was like, "I want to consider you," but it's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be like a rebound chick." I was like, "That's fair." And in my head, I'm like, "Damn it, I was so close." But I was like, now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, it probably would have ended badly in the sense of we probably would have still been friends, but it wasn't that deep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It probably